Under the shade of the Bodhi tree, Buddha sat, his serene gaze fixed upon the horizon. Around him, disciples gathered silently, each yearning to drink from the well of his wisdom. A soft breeze rustled through the leaves as the youngest among them, Rahula, spoke hesitantly. Master, the world confuses me, filled with its desires, shadows, and fleeting pleasures. How can one find clarity? Buddha's smile was like the first light of dawn, soothing and steady. Rahula, he began softly, life is a journey, and clarity is the sun that dispels the darkness within. When lost, seek the origin, the truth, where all paths converge. The sun, moon, and truth guide when the mind falters. The disciples leaned closer, their breaths held, attentive to the profound energy of Buddha's words. He raised his hand toward the sunlight streaming through the branches above. The sun rises each morning, unwavering in its duty to bring light. Its essence is unchanging, eternal, and reliable. Similarly, the truth remains undisturbed by illusions or impermanence. Rahula's eyes sparkled, the hunger for understanding visible in his posture. Buddha turned his gaze toward the moon emerging faintly in the sky. The moon offers solace in times when the sun rests. In its glow, one finds the quiet wisdom of stillness. Buddha paused, allowing their thoughts to simmer in the depths of reflection. You seek clarity when confusion clings to your heart, he continued. The truth is not found in external pursuits or fleeting desires. It resides in acceptance, in witnessing life without resistance. Rahula nodded slightly, processing each syllable that fell from Buddha's lips like sacred pearls. Buddha's voice carried calm authority. Truth is the origin, the birthplace of wisdom and peace. It is where the soul returns to rediscover harmony. One disciple, Ananda, stepped forward, his eyes brimming with inquiry. Master, can truth change over time as the world changes? Buddha's steady gaze fixed upon Ananda, his expression radiant with compassion. Truth transcends time, Ananda. It is the constant beneath every shifting tide, the thread weaving through the fabric of life. The disciples exchanged glances, their spirits ignited with curiosity and newfound appreciation for Buddha's teachings. Buddha lowered his eyes to the forest floor, scattered with fallen leaves. These leaves, once vibrant, now return to earth to nourish new life. This cycle reflects the impermanence of existence. Buddha lifted a leaf gently and held it between his fingers. Though impermanent, the leaf's truth remains, a cycle sustaining life. So does the truth of human existence endure beyond impermanence. The group sat in silence as Buddha continued to teach, his words weaving through their minds like a harmonious melody. Clarity comes from embracing impermanence while anchoring your soul in truth. Without resistance, the heart finds its peace. Rahula raised his voice again, tentatively. Master, is truth shaped by human perspectives? Buddha turned his gaze toward Rahula, his eyes serene yet penetrating. Perspectives may obscure truth but never alter it. Truth exists independent of human thoughts or desires. Rahula seemed thoughtful, gazing down at his hands resting gently on his knees. Buddha looked upon him with infinite patience. Reflect inward, Rahula, for the origin dwells within your own being. Truth is the light within all hearts. Another disciple, Suttapathaka, spoke earnestly. Master, desires seem to mask truth and create turmoil. How can one free oneself from such masks? Buddha nodded knowingly before replying. Desires feed illusions, obscuring truth as clouds shadow the sun. Release them and rediscover the radiant essence. Suttapathaka lowered his gaze, his inner turmoil evident yet slowly dissipating under the weight of Buddha's wisdom. Buddha's voice remained steady and warm. Let go of desires not to deny life, but to embrace its purity and simplicity. Free from desires, truth emerges, The disciples murmured softly among themselves, nodding with growing understanding. Inspired by the breadth of Buddha's teachings, Buddha turned his gaze toward the horizon, where the sun dipped below the line of earth. Every dawn heralds truth's return, unhidden, illuminating, eternal. The origin welcomes all who wander back to its light, Rahula whispered softly. Master, why do we stray from the origin? Buddha met Rahula's gaze, compassion flowing from his steady voice. Illusions distract and allure, leading hearts astray, yet truth waits patiently, unwavering, for all to come home. Rahula's expression softened, his furrowed brow unwrapping as realization glimmered faintly in his eyes. Master, how can we ensure we return to truth consistently? Buddha's voice resonated through the still air. Practice mindfulness, embrace compassion, and accept impermanence. These are the paths leading to the eternal origin. The disciples sat as one in unity, absorbing the profound wisdom like sunlight nourishes the earth. Buddha's teachings resonated deeply, stirring their souls. Witness the world with impartiality, without judgment or attachment. Truth emerges naturally when illusions fall away like autumn leaves. A quiet reverence filled the space beneath the Bodhi tree as Buddha's teachings concluded for the day. The disciples bowed their heads in gratitude, cherishing the gift of truth. As the sun disappeared and the moon rose, their hearts shone with renewed clarity, determined to return to the origin whenever they felt lost together. They walked the path illuminated by Buddha's guidance, seeking truth, embracing impermanence, and honoring the essence of life. Another day, another journey with Buddha. The disciples followed him as the forest opened into a peaceful lakeside clearing. The water glimmered like a mirror, capturing the golden sunlight and reflecting the azure sky above. Sitting beneath a flowering tree, Buddha gazed at the still lake, his demeanor tranquil as a summer breeze. One disciple, Kapina, approached and bowed deeply. Master, turmoil fills my mind. I seek peace but fail to grasp its essence. Where does peace reside? Buddha raised his hand slightly, gesturing toward the lake's undisturbed surface. Peace is not found in the outside world, Kapina. Peace is a reflection of the inner self. The other disciples gathered closer, eager to absorb the wisdom flowing from Buddha's presence. See this lake, Kapina, Buddha continued, his voice gentle yet firm. Its surface mirrors the sky when undisturbed, but ripples distort its reflection. So is the heart swayed by desires and anger. Kapina knelt on the soft grass, his eyes fixed on the serene waters as Buddha spoke. Peace comes when the mind releases attachments, desires, and fears that cloud its clarity. Embrace stillness, and peace will emerge. Buddha closed his eyes briefly, inhaling deeply as the fragrance of blossoms mingled with the earth's scent. The source of peace is mindfulness, cultivated within like seeds nurtured in fertile soil. No storm can shake a steady heart. Another disciple, Nagasamala, leaned forward earnestly. Master, the world often seems cruel, and suffering surrounds us. How can peace exist amidst such sorrow? Buddha's gaze shifted toward Nagasamala, his eyes filled with compassion and understanding. Peace coexists with suffering, Nagasamala. It does not deny sorrow but embraces acceptance and transcends it. Buddha reached for a fallen flower and held it gently between his fingers. This flower, though fallen, remains beautiful, offering fragrance to the earth. So must we embrace life's pain with grace. The disciples sat in silence, allowing Buddha's words to settle like seeds falling into fertile soil. His voice carried weight, yet comforted like a steady stream. Suffering arises from resistance to impermanence. Peace is acceptance, flowing naturally like rivers finding their way to the ocean. Nagasamala's brow furrowed as he processed the teachings, his heart moved by the depth of Buddha's wisdom. Master, he said hesitantly, How can one learn to embrace acceptance in a world consumed by resistance? Buddha turned his gaze toward Nagasamala, a gentle smile gracing his lips. Practicing mindfulness, you witness the present moment without judgment or desire. Acceptance grows when attachment diminishes. The disciples exchanged thoughtful glances as Buddha's voice resonated deeply within their hearts. His teachings anchored their spirits amid life's tides. Meditate upon impermanence, for it is the essence of existence. Through reflection, peace will bloom like a lotus in muddy waters. Rahula spoke softly, breaking the quiet that enveloped the clearing. Master, when peace escapes us, where should we turn to find its origin once again? Buddha gestured toward the setting sun, its golden light casting long shadows over the tranquil lake. Peace's origin lies within yourself. Rahula, return to the stillness, for it is there that truth and peace reside. Rahula's gaze followed the sun's descent, his soul stirred by Buddha's words. Like ripples disturbed by a falling pebble, Buddha addressed the group, his voice unwavering like the calm lake before them. Suffering distracts the soul from its origin, but the heart that remains open finds its way back naturally. Kapina raised his voice gently, his tone reverent yet curious. Master, does peace require solitude, away from worldly distractions? Buddha's eyes sparkled softly, and he replied, solitude nurtures peace, but true peace blossoms in any circumstance, undisturbed by external chaos. The disciples nodded thoughtfully, their spirits strengthened by Buddha's teachings. Like trees reaching upward toward sunlight, Buddha rose and walked to the water's edge, his robes flowing like river currents. See the stillness of the lake. It mirrors the vast sky above, untainted by distractions or noise. Buddha bent forward, his fingers brushing the water's surface lightly, creating ripples spreading outward. When turmoil clouds the heart, peace diminishes, but stillness returns when the mind quiets its restless wanderings. Rahula spoke again, his tone steady yet tinged with curiosity. Master, how can one maintain peace when the world constantly demands attention? Buddha turned toward Rahula, his gaze steady and kind. Balance life's duties with mindfulness. Attend the present moment fully, without lingering in past regrets or future anxieties. Rahula nodded slowly, his gaze fixed on Buddha, who continued walking along the water's edge, his steps deliberate. Peace is not escape but harmony with existence. Live each moment fully, embracing joy and pain with equanimity. The disciples followed quietly, their hearts brimming with gratitude as Buddha led them along the lake's shore. Every breath you take is an opportunity to renew peace within. It is the art of living mindfully. Buddha's voice softened, yet each syllable carried weight, weaving through the evening air like music from unseen strings. Witness life without judgment, for peace arises naturally when the heart opens to what is rather than what could be. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the lake in twilight hues, the disciples sat near the water, contemplative. Buddha's words lingered within them, inspiring reflection and resolve. Hold stillness within your hearts as the lake holds clarity. Each ripple subsides, revealing peace once again. Buddha bowed his head in silent prayer before turning to the group, a gentle smile gracing his serene face. Peace is the essence of life's journey, a treasure found not in seeking, but in being mindful and present. The disciples bowed deeply in gratitude, their hearts united by the profound wisdom they had received from Buddha's teachings. Together, they followed the illuminated path, seeking truth, cultivating mindfulness, and embracing the peace that springs from acceptance and presence. Another day, another journey under the open sky. Buddha walked beside his disciples through fields adorned with blossoming flowers. Birds sang melodiously from the trees, and the breeze carried the scent of ripened earth. The disciples followed Buddha silently, reflecting on his teachings. Suddenly, a disciple named Upali approached, his expression filled with doubt. "Master, I feel restless, as if happiness always eludes me. Why does life seem empty at times?" Buddha turned to Upali, his eyes shining with wisdom and compassion. "Upali, happiness is not a destination to reach, but a path you walk each moment of your life." Upali looked puzzled, his brow furrowed as he pondered Buddha's words. Buddha gestured to the path winding through the meadow. "Life itself is the path. Every step, joyful or sorrowful, is part of your journey. Embrace it fully." The disciples listened intently as Buddha continued, his voice calm yet filled with gentle certainty. Happiness arises not from accumulation of desires but from living mindfully. Each moment is a treasure waiting to be discovered. Upali knelt on the grass, gazing up at Buddha, seeking further guidance. "Master, how can I truly experience happiness without being consumed by fleeting pleasures?" Buddha smiled softly and replied, "Live simply, without attachment to what fades. Happiness grows from gratitude and awareness in the present moment." Another disciple, Mahakashyapa, raised his voice humbly. "Master, many chase wealth and power seeking happiness, yet they remain unsatisfied. Why do they fail to find fulfillment?" Buddha looked toward the horizon, where the sun painted the sky with hues of gold and crimson. True happiness lies not in material gain but in the richness of the heart, a wealth cultivated through compassion and wisdom. The disciples exchanged thoughtful glances, deeply moved by the profundity of Buddha's teachings. Buddha stooped to pluck a blade of grass, holding it between his fingers. This blade, though small, plays its part in nature's cycle. Likewise, each moment contributes to the grand design of life. Upali asked softly, his tone reverent, "Master, if happiness is the path, how can one know they are walking in the right direction?" Buddha turned his gaze toward Upali, his expression serene. "There is no wrong direction. Upali, every experience, even hardship, teaches and shapes your journey." The wind swirled gently around them as Buddha's words settled like seeds into the fertile soil of the disciples' minds. He spoke again, his voice steady. "The essence of life is not found in arrival but in presence. Live each step with awareness and gratitude." Mahakashyapa leaned forward, his eyes bright with inquiry. "Master, if life itself is the destination, should we cease striving for goals?" Buddha shook his head gently. "Strive, but not for ego's desires. Strive for wisdom, kindness, and understanding. These are paths leading to fulfillment." The group walked further along the path, the landscape changing from meadows to hills. Buddha paused beside a tree, its roots deep in the earth. "Observe this tree. Its growth is slow, patient, and persistent. Happiness requires the same patience to flourish." Upali spoke again, his tone hesitant. "Master, how can we remain patient when life tests us with suffering and obstacles?" Buddha's gaze softened, and he replied, "Patience stems from faith in life's impermanence. Suffering passes like storms. The sun always returns to illuminate your path." The disciples sat under the shade of the tree, reflecting on Buddha's teachings, their hearts filled with quiet reverence. Buddha continued, his words resonating deeply. "Embrace challenges as part of life's journey. Each obstacle teaches resilience, patience, and the beauty of transformation." Mahakashyapa asked gently, "Master, does happiness require solitude, away from the distractions of the world?" Buddha smiled, his expression radiant with understanding. "Solitude nurtures awareness, but happiness resides in presence. Wherever life takes you, whether amidst silence or chaos." As twilight fell, the group rested, their spirits lifted by the glow of Buddha's teachings. Like lanterns lighting the night, Buddha spoke again, his voice tender. Happiness is the art of being present, of seeing beauty in simplicity and understanding in complexity. Upali gazed at the stars appearing in the darkening sky. Master, is happiness shared or found only within oneself? Buddha turned toward the heavens, his eyes reflecting the starlight. Happiness shared multiplies, uplifting others and strengthening bonds. True joy flows naturally outward. The disciples bowed their heads in gratitude, inspired by Buddha's wisdom and determined to embody his teachings in their lives. Buddha rose, walking toward the horizon as the moon ascended, casting silver light over the earth. Remember, happiness is not a prize to be won, but a way of living. It blooms in the present. As they followed Buddha, each disciple felt a profound shift within, their souls stirred by the beauty of his wisdom. Together, they walked onward, united in their pursuit of mindful living, embracing the journey as its own destination. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.